Let's get right into it. There's this ancient idea that being just okay isn't some harmless middle ground. It's actually the most dangerous place you can be. It's worse than failing because it's the quiet place where your potential just dies. We're talking about the danger of being lukewarm.
Whoa, okay, that's a pretty intense line, right? But listen, this isn't about theology. Think of this as a 2,000-year-old warning about the real cost of mediocrity. It's a takedown of playing it safe, of just existing in that comfy middle where you never risk anything, so you never really gain anything either. It's that feeling so many of us know, that feeling of being completely stuck in neutral.
So, where did this fiery warning even come from? Well, in the book of Revelation, this message was aimed at a church that was described as, self-satisfied, spiritually lazy, and totally compromised. They weren't evil, but they definitely weren't great. They were just there, and that was the problem. Their indifference, their good enough attitude, was seen as the biggest failure of all.
Now, what's wild about this is just how modern these ancient sins feel. I mean, look at this list. The people being called out were obsessed with chasing wealth, sex, and power. They were surrounded by moral rot and had basically started to mistake money for holiness. Sound familiar? These are the exact same traps that build a lukewarm life today. A constant hustle for superficial wins that keeps us busy but totally unfulfilled, leaving our real potential locked away.
So how does this ancient idea connect to us right now? Well, being lukewarm isn't just some spiritual problem. It's a psychological one. It's that constant feeling of being distracted, kind of anxious, and unable to focus on what really, truly matters. And it turns out, our brains are almost perfectly engineered to fall right into this rut.
And the main culprit here, it's a little chemical called dopamine. It's the brain's reward system. Every time you do something that feels good, you get a little hit of it. Now, dopamine itself isn't bad. We need it for motivation. The problem is that our modern world has figured out how to hijack this system, turning our brains into heat-seeking missiles for the next, quickest, easiest dopamine hit it can find.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you've got things like social media. It's an endless, all-you-can-eat buffet of dopamine. Every single swipe delivers an instant reward with zero effort. But on the other side, you've got deep, meaningful work, the kind that actually builds something real. The dopamine is there, for sure, but it's delayed. It takes effort. So which one do you think your brain is going to choose by default? It's not even a fair fight.
So this leads us directly to the traps, the really subtle ones that keep us stuck in that lukewarm state. We end up chasing things we think will make us happy, but in reality, they're often designed to keep us just comfortable enough to never really push for something more.
So let me just ask you this. What if your dream job is actually a trap? We're told our whole lives to follow our passion, right? To get a cool job in gaming or fashion or sports. But what if that very advice is setting us up for a life of burnout and disappointment? Just take a look at this, the so-called aspirational or dream industries. Well, they know that hundreds of people are desperate for these jobs. So what happens? The pay is often lower. I mean, look at the difference between Tesla's median pay and Ford's. Management sells you this "we're changing the world" story to justify crazy hours and unpaid overtime. And the turnover? It's through the roof. Meanwhile, the boring industries? They often have better pay, more stable management, and you actually get to go home. The dream job can so easily become a lukewarm nightmare, where you're just overworked, underpaid, and way too tired to do anything else.
So this is the whole point. You have to make a choice. The biggest danger isn't failing, it's not deciding. It's staying in that gray, comfortable middle. You have to choose to be either hot or cold.
And here's that ancient warning translated for us today. You can't have it both ways. You can't just talk a good game, acting like a politician who says all the right things but never actually does anything. You have to commit. You're either all in on your path or you're out. Simple as that. There's no middle ground.
Let's just break it down. Being hot means you're all in, you're committed. Being cold means you've made a clear decision to reject a path. Notice what they have in common. They are both choices. But being lukewarm, that's just failure by default. It's the paralysis of indecision, where you just sit there and let all your ambition and potential just evaporate.
Okay, that's enough theory. How do we actually do this? How do we break out of the rut and turn up the heat? Well, the good news is there are simple, science-backed tools you can use right now to hijack your brain's lazy programming and force yourself to make a choice. First, you have to get this. It's an incredible insight from Mel Robbins. Inside your body, physically, fear and excitement are the exact same thing. Your heart pounds, you sweat, cortisol floods your system. The only difference is the one-sentence story your brain tells itself. One story says, "This is dangerous, run." The other one says, This is going to be awesome. And you get to choose the story.
So here's how you do it. The second you feel that hesitation, that fear, you have to interrupt the pattern. Count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That simple act wakes up the front part of your brain, the part that's in charge. Then, immediately, you shove in an anchor thought, a really positive, exciting vision of what you want. And finally, you seal the deal by saying it out loud. I'm excited. You've just hijacked that physical feeling and turned it from a threat into pure fuel.
Okay, but what if the anxiety is just crushing you? There's a biological off switch built right into your body. It's called the physiological sigh. It's a quick double inhale through your nose, followed by a long, slow exhale through your mouth. This isn't just some breathing trick. It's a hardwired reflex that instantly dumps carbon dioxide from your body, telling your entire nervous system to calm down right now.
Let's end on this. It's such a powerful metaphor. An oak tree has the potential to become this massive, incredible thing. But if you keep it in a tiny pot, it will never, ever reach that potential. It's not the seed's fault. It's the environment. A lukewarm mindset, that is the 2-foot pot. It's a cage you build for yourself, and it will suffocate your growth every single time.
So the choice is yours. Stop being a politician in your own life, carefully weighing everything until you're paralyzed. Be a leader. Choose to be hot or choose to be cold. Pick a vision, because the world has no room for the lukewarm. It only rewards the decisive and the committed. So act on it, now.